Chapter 4 Fortnite, the most recent chapter that we have completed in the Fortnite community. Today we're going to be talking about the highs, the lows, the really lows. But before we get into the video, I just want to say, go follow me on Twitch. It'll be on the screen right now, also in the top of the description. Come check me out, because I stream with my face cam on. So if you want to see what I look like, then go follow me on Twitch. Anyway, enjoy the video. Alright, Chapter 4, Season 1. Quick recap. Much like Chapter 2, everyone was tired of Chapter 3. We needed a new chapter. The Fractured event happened. One of the worst, probably the worst event that Fortnite has ever come out with. It was really, really bad. But that aside, we got the new island. We got the Chapter 4 island, as you see right here. Not gonna lie, probably my least favorite map, if I were to be completely honest. Just not a lot of POIs that I like to land at. Three that I really liked were probably Slappy Shores, Brutal Bastion, and I actually like Shattered Slabs. That was actually, I don't know why I like that place, but I did. Just kind of a forgettable map, not gonna lie. I think this is the map that I got bored of the quickest. But this was a whole new game. We have so many new stuff, so much new stuff in the game. All new weapons pretty much. We got scars, but they returned in common, uncommon, all the rarities. We got the red dot AR. I freaking love the red dot AR. So anyway, we got all new weapons. I'll talk about them more in a second. I actually like this season. I think it was very good for a season 1. Like, I think it held its own. It wasn't too annoying to play. Sometimes we'll get to that in a second. But overall, I feel like this is a pretty good chapter, like season 1 for a chapter. Like, I feel like this is probably one of the better seasons in this chapter. And the reason why is they put really good stuff in the game. Augments. Holy, what an absolutely wonderful idea. Some of the augments were really cool, like Aerialist. It allowed you to deploy your glider. There were so many augments, and they were all so good. You got 4 of them per game. It was just a really, really good idea by Epic. Anyways, let's talk about the weapon meta. So, we got the Scar, but it was a regular AR. It was gray, green, blue. I think it was purple and gold, too. I could be wrong about that. We had the red dot AR. Oh my goodness, what an absolutely lovely weapon. Very balanced, not overpowered. If you could hit your shots with it, it was really, really good. It did a lot of damage. I love red dot rifles. Thunder shotgun. Oh my gosh, I really like this shotgun. This is like a top 5 shotgun in the game. The only bad part about it was the reload time. It took forever to reload, but that was literally it. Like, it was really creative. It hit for a lot of damage. It had like a horizontal reticle. That's like the first time I'd ever seen that. It was overall just a really good shotgun. We got the Maven Auto. This shotgun was buns, dude. I did not like this. Why would you tickle my feelings like that by putting that in the game? It looks exactly like the TAC, but it's just not. It just wasn't the same. I never really used it. Was not a big fan of that shotgun. And then we got the Twin Mag SMG. This thing was pretty broken. I was talking to my friend about this. He was like, dude, that's the most broken SMG in the game. I was like, yeah, I don't really agree with that. I feel like it was pretty balanced. Like, you couldn't really shoot from too far away and hit a lot of shots, but I mean, it did have a double magazine and it fired really fast. So I mean, I guess I could see why it was broken. I never had too many problems with it. The pistol, oh my gosh, they made the pistols really good, and they were actually like, they were kind of broken, to be honest. Like, they were really good. If you could hit your shots with it, like, the fire rate was fast enough to where you could use it as an AR or an SMG if you wanted to. And here we go. We got the Excalibur rifle. Oh my gosh, was this so stupidly not fun to go up against. It's a good idea. Any weapon that does an explosive, like has an explosive effect and has a lot of shots is already just broken. It just is. The fact that you can just destroy builds like that is just, it's so stupid. So it was kind of annoying to go up against that, but I don't think it made the game unplayable. It did for me sometimes, but I think it was a good idea, and it kind of outweighed how broken it was. And then we got the Shockwave Hammer. So you're gonna see a recurring theme here in Chapter 4, and that's Epic putting broken weapons into the game. Because it happens every season in this chapter, and it's so dumb. This chapter could have been so good if they would have just excluded all of the broken and dumb weapons. And this is coming from an OG standpoint. I've been playing for a long time. Chapter 4 players, if you just start, you probably love the game. I did not. Alright, now let's talk about the heal mechanics. We got Slap Juice. This was pretty good. It was very balanced. They were kind of bad, to be honest, but I really liked them because it gave you 15 health or a shield, and then you had infinite sprint for a little while. Oh yeah, this is the first time where if you were going to a POI, you could claim it with the little flagpole, and then you could like see where all the chests were, and you get some loot from that too. That's a great idea. I think that they should bring that back for chapter 5. That's one of the things that chapter 4 did really well. They brought good ideas into the game. Other than that, oh yeah, motorcycles were in the game. Forgot about that. Those were pretty good. I didn't use those too much, but weren't too bad. Overall, a good season 1 for a chapter, in my opinion. I think this was one of the better ones. I did play a lot. I hate that. Why did it have to? If it would have been really, really good if it didn't break through builds the way it did. But because of that, it just made it so broken. And the bad part about the Shockwave Hammer is, like, it was such a cheese weapon, and they put it in Arena. Like, that's what makes me so mad about this chapter. They kept leaving broken items like this in Arena, and that made me so mad. Anyway, overall, still a pretty good season. I played a lot of this season. And then we got Chapter 4, Season 2. This is probably the best season in this chapter. This season was really, really fun. This season probably had the least amount of like stupid and overpowered stuff in it. It's a futuristic theme. We got the mega city. I didn't really land there much until like later seasons, but that was a great POI. Overall, the map changes, they were okay, not too bad. I liked the little zip line things around Mega City, like the little grinder rail things. Those are pretty cool. Those are really cool, actually. Weapon meta, we got the Havoc Suppressed AR. I really like this AR. It was very balanced. There was nothing too impressive about it, but if you could hit your shots with this was a really good AR. And then we got the Havoc Pump. Oh my gosh, this was a broken shotgun. And I'm not complaining about it. The Mythic one did 200 damage. It did like 250 or something. That was disgusting. But I actually think that this was a pretty balanced weapon. It really is what the name says it is. It's a Havoc Pump. It really was just a Havoc Pump. Like it was a good version of the pump shotgun. And I'm not complaining. I think it was a pretty balanced weapon. Sometimes it hit for way too much. Heavy snipers are back. Cobra DMR existed. I actually kind of like that. It wasn't too bad. Combat shotgun. I honestly forgot that was even in the game. I never used it. And then all the exotics came back. The heisted exotics. Those are pretty good, actually. So a lot of those are really fun to use. All right, and then we got the slurp juices. Oh my gosh, these were so broken. If you had 4 of them, you were going places in that game. Like it was very hard to. You could crack somebody 4 times in a fight and still not kill them. Like it was really broken. And then we got the kinetic blade, another movement item in chapter 4 that was just very broken. This was probably the least broken out of all the other ones, just because it wasn't like it didn't do too much damage. It didn't break through builds really. I don't have too much to say about it. I liked it. It was a cool mechanic. But overall, not a bad item. I just thought it was a little cheesy. But I'm not complaining too much. This overall was a pretty decent season. I really can't complain. Also, we got a lot of new augments. Oh yeah, and I think it was Chapter 4 Season 1. They introduced like if you could pick up keys and then you could go to like it would show a little lock on the map and you could put the key in the little slot on the ground. There was 4 weapons usually. And you grab one. That was a really cool idea. Just forgot to mention that. I think that was Chapter 4 Season 1 when that came out, but that was really cool. Oh, the ODM gear was so broken. Like, you could grapple to the ground and then, like, pull yourself to the ground and do damage. And I think there was, like, a spin attack, too, that you could do damage. Oh, the ODM gear was so freaking broken. I just, yeah, wasn't a fan of that. That and the blade was really not fun to go up against. Overall, this was a good season. Not bad. Probably the best one in this chapter. And then we get to Chapter 4. Season 3. This was by far the worst season in Fortnite history, and it's not really close. If you like this season, I don't know what to tell you. You are just you are mentally unstable. There is no way that you liked this season. I'm sorry, I just don't believe it. This season was just not good in any sense. So the map changes. They put this jungle biome just in the whole middle of the map, and I just wasn't a big fan of it. I'm not gonna lie. All the POIs in the jungle biome sucked. The jungle biome itself wasn't bad. It's just all the POIs within it were so terrible. And it covered so much of the middle of the map. It was like so bad. Raptors. Yeah, raptors. There was a lot of raptors. That's about all I have to say. I mean, it wasn't that good. Thermal DMR. That gun sucked. That was horrible. Flapjack rifle, that was actually a pretty good gun. It was kind of broken if you got the mythic one too, because it shredded builds and it shot really fast for an AR. Cybertron Cannon. Oh my gosh. Epic went like 8-0, putting stupid and disgusting and broken weapons into the game. It was so bad. Cybertron Cannon being one of them. This made the game very cancerous. As far as unvaults go, drum shotgun, combat SMG, combat SMG, great, lovely. Not like the season was cancer enough. They kind of went all in on the like the collab this season with the Transformer thing. I wasn't a big fan of that. I don't feel like they did that very well, to be honest. Now, let's talk a little bit about the Hollow Purple. Oh my goodness. This was such a pub item. Literally, what you just couldn't stop it. There was no way to stop it. You literally you could build all you wanted, and you couldn't stop it. It was so dumb. And the worst part about it is they left it in ranked. Like, what were they doing? I will never understand why they left it in ranked. By the way, ranked came out this season, and I don't think that was a bad. I hate how they took Siphon out. That's the only thing. Like, everyone craps on ranked. I don't think ranked was necessarily a bad idea. I just think taking Siphon out was a bad idea. I don't know why they thought they had to do that. If they're going to keep it in tournaments, why would you take it out of ranked? That's just so dumb. Anyways, I'm going off track here. The Hollow Purple, they put it in ranked, and it's like, I can't escape from it. No matter what I play, I have to face this stupid weapon, and it's like, I can't do anything about it. I just see a purple cloud come into my box, and I'm dead. There's just nothing I can do. And like I said, that's not all. Let's listen to some other ones. Mammoth Pistol. Oh my gosh. Disgustingly broken. This was a Deagle, but 4 times better. The aiming reticle was so accurate. You didn't even have to have good aim. All you had to do was aim around him, and you would hit him. And you'd hit him for 95 damage. It was so dumb. Repeater rifle. Oh my gosh, this was another broken thing. It shot heavy ammo, and it exploded. It exploded! It was so annoying! I can't express to you how dumb it was. This entire season, they just kept putting broken stuff into the game, and it was so dumb. It's like people kept complaining and kept complaining and kept complaining, and they just kept putting it in the game. I just didn't get it. Like, why? Just overall, just such a bad season. Just wasn't good at all. I just don't understand how anyone could enjoy this season. Oh, yeah. And there was... there was the, they brought the scoped twin mag like AR into the game. That was really good. I really liked that. Just to sprinkle in a little positive while I'm just ranting about how trash this season was. But don't let that take away from the fact that this was a horrible season. The worst of Fortnite history, not close. It's safe to say I played a lot of creative this season. Oh yeah, and I'm pretty sure this is when they had they put the island in the game. That was a really cool concept as well. I don't know if that was this season or last season. That might have been season 2. Yeah, it was really good. I really liked that concept. Overall, though, the worst season in Fortnite history. Not even a question. All right, and then we've got Chapter 4, Season 4. I'm not going to lie. I did not play this season that much. I played it a little bit at, like, the start. But I was so, like, burnt out from Chapter 4 Season 3 that I just did not have it in me to play this season. A lot of people said this season was good. I think it was okay. This was just a recycled version of Chapter 2 Season 2. I don't see why I even needed to play it. Like, it's like I already played this, but it was better. So why would I have to play this? This was the same exact thing, pretty much, except you could choose whatever mythic you got when you went in the vault, which was a good idea, I guess, but it's like they're just rehashing the same stuff. Like, it was very clear they were out of ideas because everyone loved Chapter 2 Season 2, so they were like, oh, let's just copy paste it, and then people loved the season. Anyways, weapon meta. This was the Twin Mag AR. Okay, I apologize. It was this season. That was a really good AR. The scoped burst SMG, that was a really good AR or SMG because it was really balanced, wasn't too overpowered, not too broken. Infiltrator pump shotgun, I did not like it. I think it was pretty weak, to be honest. I don't think it hit for enough damage. Heist bags. Oh, those are pretty good because you could get like C4 and crash pads, and you could get like a rocket. Oh, don't even get me started on the rocket ram. We'll talk about that in a second. But here were the mythics you could choose from when you got into the vault were Midas's drum gun, the boom bow, the chug jug, the kid's shotgun, the shotgun launcher, the ray gun, the MK7, and the Stinger SMG. Cool mechanic. Like, I liked that they did that you could choose whatever you wanted. But let's get to the rocket ram. Oh my gosh. This was essentially the Shockwave hammer, but even more broken. There was just nothing you could do against this, and everyone was carrying one. So It was just so bad. I just hate how all of these movement items broke through builds so much. Like, I miss grapplers, and I miss impulse grenades that didn't break builds. Like, this would have been a really good movement item if it didn't break builds so easily, but this makes building so useless. And that's what I hate about that. That's what I hate about this whole chapter, is they put items in the game that break builds to make people that are good at the game not as much of a factor. But like I said, I did not play this season that much. I was so done with chapter 4 after season 3. I was like, I just don't want to play this anymore. Augments in the game, that was pretty good. Other than that, I don't have much to say about this season. This probably was a pretty good season. I just didn't play it that much, so I can't really say anything. Overall, this was definitely the worst chapter in Fortnite. They did a lot to the game, and the game was completely different this chapter. It definitely revolutionized the game, but there was just so much bad stuff going on that I just can't overlook it. I don't think that any seasons were really bad per se besides season 3. I think that season 4 was okay. Season 2 was alright. I think it was a little bit, it was pretty good. Season 1 was okay as well. Overall though, I really just didn't like this chapter. I'm not gonna lie. But other than that, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys sticking around. Thank you so much for all the support recently. It's been absolutely insane. And follow me on Twitch. Other than that, that's all I have. Love you. Peace out.